Rider news, they released offensive lineman Trevor Reed for an NFL opportunity. And also the Riders signed offensive lineman Brandon Kemp from the Hamilton Tiger Cats. 3 years with the Tiger Cats. He is now with the Riders. We're good to go? Let's talk CFL with our friend Glen Suitor, who is freshly back from the dentist. Dr. Watley took care of you today. Glenn, you didn't want to go on stream. Do you got the half face numb thing going on?
I got a bit of the numb thing going on. So let's just put a picture up. Not that that's much better, really, but no, I saw that John Voight had bit my pencil. So I was heading in to make sure that they matched up. No, I had to get a little work done this morning, and I thought it'd be best. But it sounds like the voice is normal, so we can chat.
Yeah, there's nothing. You know what? It sucks going to the dentist for sure, and when you have to get that much freezing done, and then when it starts to come out and that tingly feeling is all weird, and then it's really itchy, and it's like, damn it, won't go away. That's enough dentist talk. We're still looking for a dentist sponsor on the program. Anyway, I got to tell you, Glenn, I am super confused as to why in the heck we don't have a CFL schedule yet.
Yeah, I am too. Other than the thought that the staff is probably unsure of their future, and all the staff that would be working at the league office level in building the schedule have a lot on their mind, I'm sure. Who's going to be the new commissioner? When does that happen? Would they have jobs after that? Do they look for people to advance within the league office? Would a guy like Greg Dick, who's the head of football ops, would he be considered for the new commissioner role? And if that's the case, how much time is he spending, or can he even spend putting the schedule together? All of that sounds like a bit of an excuse for the league office, because as we said last week, this schedule should have been out before Christmas.
Yeah, and we were talking about it in hour one. Like, a lot of things hinge on when these games are going to get played, and in different cities and stadiums and staffing and airplane charters, and the list goes on and on and on. Like, I wonder if I think we'll find out at some point. Something will be leaked on who the difficult party was in getting this done this year, Glenn.
Well, I know that there's been some that have sort of speculated that maybe TSN has a major role in this delay.
Oh, TSN guys?
Yeah, I've had a conversation with a senior producer at TSN about this. I gave him a call yesterday to try and figure out if there's anything that we're doing, and he suggested that wouldn't be a factor, even if some people have said that TSN might be up for sale. Is that what's holding this off? And none of those rumors, as far as I've heard, have any truth to them at all. So let's just bury all of that. But the fact that TSN has requests is certainly, that's factual. But the thought that they could stop the production of the schedule and hold it off is just not realistic. The league is its own entity, and they can build the schedule at their pace. And we all think and believe it should have been before Christmas, of course. Because there's a selling opportunity there, and they've missed that window. So that's disappointing. Again, I think this changeover in commissioner has a lot to do with it. But let me squash any rumors about TSN being for sale or TSN having a major impact on the delay of the schedule coming out. It just doesn't work that way.
I just came out, news release, Glenn. TSN has just been sold to Telemundo, American Spanish language television network.
Si, senor.
Hey, you get to go to San Juan, Puerto Rico. That's where their head office, that's where it was founded. Anyway, Riders release offensive lineman today, Trevor Reed, for an NFL opportunity. Commonplace, happy for the kid. Maybe like just explain to people how this works when a team will release a player, especially a young guy like that, for an NFL opportunity.
Yeah, well, every contract has this caveat to it, basically. So if any player, no matter what your contract says, has an opportunity, a real opportunity to sign a contract in the NFL and give that a chance, that they will be released from their deal. And the player, depending on the length of the term of the contract, the player is kind of bound by the team that let him go to start negotiations there or discussions there when they return, if they do. But no one in the league or in the CFL, any one of these teams or the league office for that matter, would want to hold back a player from making life changing money. I mean, he's essentially doing the same thing, especially a guy like Trevor Reed. I mean, he's going to be doing the exact same thing down there that he does up here, but he's going to, if he makes it, make life changing money. And that's, no one wants to hold any player back from that. However, when and if he gets through the, let's say, the grind of and frustration of a NFL contract, and in my time in this business, Barney, I just have seen it so often. And Nathan Rourke was a great example. You saw him in the preseason when he first went down. He was outstanding, probably the best, young quarterback, signed quarterback that year, rookie, in the preseason. And it didn't matter. He didn't get any reps in practice. He moved around from different teams, never really got any reps or a real opportunity, and he ended up coming back. It doesn't mean he can't play down there. It just means that there are politics involved that don't give you the opportunity that you need to show what you can really do. So I hope that Trevor gets that opportunity down south and he gets a real look. He's a great young player, rookie nominee, 24 years old, which is why this is it's a tough one, but we all hope that he makes it and makes big money for his family. And, maybe one day he returns. And if he does return, one of the major factors there, Barney, is how the team has built their culture, how the team and the organization has taken care of their players and their players' families. And, I think even if he was a free agent when it was time to return, if he does return, that he would pick the Riders because of what Corey Mace is doing, what they built last year, and that's why it's so important when you talk culture and how you treat the players throughout the season. Those are the times when it comes through free agency and when this happens and a player goes down south and possibly will return.
On the other positive side, and it's a chance for maybe people out there that are always complaining about Jeremy O'Day and Craig Reynolds and what are they doing? Well, no, they're always working, and it's always positive when you can get an experienced offensive lineman, as we saw last year. Your offensive line depth pool can't be too deep. They go out and get Brandon Kemp today, a guy that's played 3 seasons with the Tiger Cats. That's a solid pickup on the O-line for the Riders.
Yeah, and if you look through their O-line, I mean, Logan Ferlin was the best O-lineman on the team last year. They lost Jamarcus Hardrick early. They lost Peter Godber for a big part of the season. I mean, those are all-star caliber players. And, so every team, the Lions just made a deal with Toronto to get Dejon Allen and, another starter offensive lineman. And these are guys that you want to build your foundation around. The O&D line are where it starts. And that's what these teams are trying to do prior to free agency and prior to the draft. so they know exactly what they have going into the draft, and if they need to, go heavy on O-linemen in the draft or whatever. So, this is a big signing to get more depth and more competition on the O-line, and keeping in mind that last year they had an all-star caliber group on paper, and they started, I believe they started 12 different offensive linemen and dressed 13 in a season. So that tells you how hard they were hit in the injury department there.
Yeah, no, it's a solid move. Okay, I know today was dentist day for you, so we'll let you go a little bit early. We'll regroup and do this again on Thursday. And please, by Thursday, CFL, come out with a schedule. Do not listen to those guys at TSN. Just come out with the schedule. That's all we want. That's all we want.
Sounds good, Marty. And I'll make sure. I'm really glad that no one could see my drool today. So that was good.
Hey, no, that's exciting. And hopefully you got to cruise in John Voight's LeBaron today.
Sounds good, buddy.
See ya, Glenn. It's Glen Suitor joining us on the Western Pizza Guest Hotline. Go pick up a pie tonight. The Deuce would be perfect. Offensive lineman, always solid for the Riders on a day of a plethora of WHL trades and hockey trades. The Riders are making some news as well, picking up that, and then Trevor Reed getting an NFL opportunity, so having to release him. Don't forget, NFL football lives at the Canadian Brewhouse. Playoffs coming up this weekend. Visit thecanadianbrewhouse.com. Find out what the specials are. You got 2 locations in Regina and 1 in Moose Jaw. Unbelievable menu. Like I said, it's all online at thecanadianbrewhouse.com. Quick break. We are the Sports Cage. We're streaming sportscage.com and on the home of the Saskatchewan Roughriders, 620 CKRM.